YouTube, it's Christopher. I am here at RDG Guitars in Belchertown, Massachusetts. And we are, or have been, looking at some of the work that Mr. Reid Wagstaff has produced in this cool little shop where he's doing his stuff. Here's 3 examples of guitars that he's built. If you're paying attention, you might have seen some of these already on my channel, if not all of them. So here's his little shop, and we're going to introduce you to the man himself. Reid, how you doing today, brother?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Excellent. Great little shop you got going here. Your work is amazing.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started doing this?
So I play guitar at a very young age, and growing up, I was around my father and my grandfather, and the name of the company is a little tidbit to all 3 of us as woodworkers in the generation.
Cool.
And my grandfather was a carpenter, and I spent summers with him, building houses with him. And my father was a cabinet maker, and I think 7th or 8th grade, we just said, screw it, let's try and make a guitar.
Nice.
And he, at the time, took breaks, and when I was over with him, we made a first, I don't know, it's up in the house. I would have had it down here, but it's an old Flying V that's all a mismatch of everybody I liked at the time. And that kind of sparked the interest in me in doing this. And it took me until I was, 22, 23 to want to do this. And doing it on the side, part-time, and then finally 5-6 years ago getting into it full-time. And it's just my passion. It's what I want to do.
Awesome.
And I personally like natural woods, as you might be able to tell from those. And these guitars are demo guitars that I have from over the years that have been pieces that I thought had a little wow factor to them that I keep for clients who come in and want to try a guitar out, or people like Chris that want to come in and jam away for a few hours and see what they're like. And this one here is one of the more recent. I had a request to relic a 1984 Gibson Explorer, minus a couple of things that I didn't like about it. And this guitar is not my usual with the gloss white paint job, but it came out nice, and it has my build quality, as you can probably see from Chris's other videos. The guitars sound amazing. Everything's handcrafted by me. You can see right here, I have a couple of 3 guitars right now that are going to be done in the next couple of months, and kind of see the starting process of neck blanks here. And if you come over to this part of the bench, you can see a lot of crazy figured wood here.
Yeah, this piece right here is, if you see this in person, it's absolutely stunning. And you said this is ebony?
Yep, Macassar ebony. And it's just a piece that I was sifting through some stuff at the lumberyard, and my wife actually saw the figure and it was like, grab that now.
Yeah.
And got it home, cleaned it up on the drum sander, and it's beautiful. So it's been saved away for a while till I found a top wood, and I found a nice piece of quilted maple that will be dyed some sort of color. That'll be a surprise in the next few months. And
cool.
And then, so heat's kicking on in the background. This is a quilted macore, and it's a African wood that is similar to bubinga in a way, similar to some of the harder mahoganies like sapele, and it has this crazy ripply waterfall figure in it that's just beautiful, especially when you wet it and get finish on it. It's amazing.
And this fretboard is what?
That is a torrefied Purple Heart.
Whew.
And to avoid the ebony crisis and shortage of ebony and decent quality ebony that doesn't crack, it's a good alternative at a good price, and it's a stable fretboard that is pitch black once it's done and oiled up. And then over here is there's a few guitars that I've done that are relics of old ESP Explorers with a natural wood top on them. And this is a beautiful quilted bubinga I've had put away for quite some time until the right buyer came along to make an Explorer out of it.
That is a gorgeous piece of wood. And what is this fretboard?
So this is an Indian rosewood. It's my standard. Most guitars get it unless black for inlay is required, or I find some fancy piece like that other slice of ebony there.
Wow. And that's the inlay that's
so
going to go in?
this will be a hand cut. I do all the inlays by hand.
Yep.
And inlays are up for custom design. If there's something you're in the mood for, I can custom make pretty much anything and throw it on a fretboard. And
very cool.
so, but it's just a small shop. It's one-man operation. I do everything myself. Typically, things are built to order.
Yep.
There's a deposit process up front, and you can customize just about anything you want on the instrument.
Cool.
Some things are out of touch just because if it's handmade, you can't do some things without a machine.
Sure.
But for the most part, whatever you're looking for is pretty much open. I make relics, as you can see from the Gibson and a few others, and I have my own shapes as well that are modern takes on a lot of classics that are comfortable, and try my best to be competitive with good looking shapes and woods.
Yeah, I see you got a couple of different headstock designs going on these wood bits here.
So I'll have
this one.
Typically I have two approaches, and
that's obviously a 6-in-line headstock.
Like a 6-in-line and a 3x3, and the goal with that is just eliminate as much binding in the headstock as possible.
Sure.
So the nut slots have a straight string pull, not too steep of a headstock angle, so you run into issues with other brands and breakages, and it eliminates a lot of tuning issues, especially coupled with a nicely cut bone nut. You barely have any issues with tuning stability.
Awesome stuff. Again, Reid, thank you so much for letting me into your world and into your shop and checking out these guitars. Again, Facebook is where we can get in touch with you, and I'll have the link below for anybody interested in, getting a process started. Talk with the man and come up with your own dream guitar, and I'm sure he'll make it for you. I can't get over this piece of ebony too. That is nuts. But again, thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it. No, it's nice to hear you play.
Yeah, right on. Thanks, man.
The road. Appreciate it.
Cool necks, man. The neck blank process. So is this over here? This is your...
Yep. So these are just base templates that I make on Adobe for all my... So I have a 25.5 one with a flat tenon for hip shot bridges that require no neck angle.
Yeah. And
then here is for a tune-o-matic where you need a neck angle because of the height of the bridge.
Ah, cool. Gotcha.
So typically there's a Floyd Rose plan, a hip shot plan. All the different kinds of bridges are all different. So at each guitar I'll have, the one selected out that I need, and then that goes onto the rough neck blank, and this is essentially a neck blank as it starts. You get 3 pieces of 5/4 wood and alternating grain patterns, so you have nice stability structure in the neck, and every neck gets a double action truss rod, and mahogany necks get carbon fiber reinforcement.
Nice.
And this is where it starts. You get a rough cut, and necks typically take 6 to 8 weeks to make, just due to the process of needing to sit, stabilize, and just make sure that by the time that fretboard and glues on and the frets go in, that you have a flat neck.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of issues where you can run into moisture problems with wood and have things go crazy. So the longer it can sit, the longer that my buyers can be patient, the better guitar you will have.
Nice.
And I try at every step to make it as perfect as I can to make sure that guitar you get is as good as Chris is explaining his demo videos.
They are pretty sick, let me tell you what. If you guys get a chance to play these guitars, you will be as amazed as I was. Fantastic product, Reid. Literally, like, some of the best stuff I've ever held in my hands.
Thank
and
you.
if you look through my channel, you can see I've had some big boy guitars, and these compete for sure, and in most cases blow the big guys out of the water. So
thank you.
Seriously, excellent guitars, and best of luck to you with your business.
Appreciate
and I really hope that your future is very prosperous. Again, folks, check out his Facebook page. Go buy one of his available guitars if you can, or have one made. You will not regret it. Amazing guitars. And again, we're here at RDG Guitars. Go check him out. Check out his Facebook page. It's linked below. Thanks again for watching, YouTube. We'll see you guys in the next one. Reid, thanks again, brother.
Right on. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
YouTube, be good. Peace.